This morning, a convoy leaves Hiltingbury Camp in Hampshire for the south coast. Then, unexpectedly, there's a hold-up. Nothing can stop the invasion now, not even a herd of English cows.
You all right there? You need a hand? I need a hand just to push them back in. Hey, back home, we're all farm boys.
After weeks of uncertainty for Glendickin and the Canadian farm boys, here's something they know how to do.
You okay there? Yeah. Problem. Come, boys.
Throughout the day, convoys are on the move. The Regina Rifles will join thousands of infantry already loaded onto their transports and waiting in port. There have been rehearsals before, but now it's clear to everyone that this is the real thing. By early evening, Glendickin's convoy has joined hundreds of others in the densely crowded ports along the Channel coast. Once on board ship, they will be confined to their quarters, waiting for the Allied fleet to set sail. This is the last they will see of England for some time. This evening, James Stagg is asked for an update.
In the last 24 hours, there's been no clear indication as to how it will go, better or worse.
But at the best, the weather in the Channel for the next 3 or 4 days will at least be very different from what we had hoped for.
What's your personal view?
If I were to answer that, sir, it would make me a guesser, not your meteorological advisor.
Glendickin is now one of thousands of men confined to their troop ships. After months of training, there are only days to go. One hour later, Bill Tucker is summoned to a briefing with his fellow paratroopers of the 82nd Airborne Division.
Each platoon came in with a platoon commander. The captain was there, and you could see the town of St. Mary Cleese. And underneath it said Normandy. I can remember that all my days. Well, we all talked about it, and most everybody was saying, well, we'll go to France, but, a few guys like me were taking a long shot. I'd come up with some weird idea that we'd go to Yugoslavia or something like that, and so we talked a lot about it, and then I think way down deep we all knew we would go to France.
Later that day, the commanders' meeting is not going well.
The weather picture is now full of menace for the 5th of June.
Is there any chance you might be more optimistic tomorrow?
No, sir. There's no chance of that now.
Thank you, gentlemen.
As he was leaving, ACM Tedder said, "Pleasant dreams, Stagg."
Pleasant dreams, old chap.
Bedell Smith caught me and said we must think about postponement of later times of assault landing. It is extremely unfortunate that this situation should have come about just now. It is the worst, the most uncertain during the whole time in 1944 that I have been in this job.
The weather could not have changed at a worse time. The invasion troops are due to set sail the following day. They will reach the French coast early on Monday, June the 5th. Eisenhower faces the toughest dilemma of his military career.
Probably no one who does not have to bear the specific and direct responsibility of making the final decision can understand the intensity of these burdens.
The following morning, the planners meet at dawn. Once again, James Stagg brings bad news.
In all the charts for the 40 or 50 years I have examined, I cannot recall one which at this time of year resembles this chart in the number of depressions it portrays at one time. The outlook is more like winter than summer.
This means that my ships will not have sufficient air cover. Can we really go ahead on this basis?
2 hours later, the historic signal goes out. Eisenhower has made his decision. The invasion will be postponed for 24 hours.
You can see part 2 tomorrow at 9. And if you'd like to find out more about D-Day by taking part in a web chat with David Stafford, the historian whose book the programme was based on, then log on to channel4.com/history now. Coming up tonight, a hostage situation spirals out of control in Without a Trace, next.